Hey guys, it's me. It's Queen Offset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody else who may like it as well. Likewise, if you have time, please leave us a message in the comment section. I love reading your comments in the comment section and having the opportunity to engage with you on a more personal level. So that's really cool. I want to thank you, everybody who sent me messages and emails. I've gotten a lot of messages lately, so it's been really cool. I always do get messages, but lately I've noticed I've gotten more. Maybe because the channel is growing a bit, so that's been really cool. Now, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that someone asked me. There was a woman, I think it was a woman, and she said to me, what is the deal with Aquarius when they like somebody? Do they become obsessed with them? Like, what goes through an Aquarius's head when they start to like a person romantically? Now, I'm going to tell you straight up. Aquarius don't like a lot of people romantically as far as committing to them, staying with them. It's one thing to kick it with somebody, you know, go places with them, have sex with them, flirt with them, buy them things, do fun things together. And Aquarius will do these things with someone that we're not necessarily interested in committing to or having a future with. And this trips a lot of people up. A lot of people come to me and they're like, well, the Aquarius is engaging with me. We're doing things. They're buying me things. They met my family, but they told me they don't want a commitment. And that's because it's not easy for an Aquarius to meet someone that we are really feeling. It is not easy. I've dated a lot of people, and out of all the people that I've dated, I was only feeling a handful. Okay? I had experiences with this one or had fun with this one, but who was I really willing to make a commitment to? Honestly, very few of them. It was two people in my life that I probably at that time would have made a commitment to. One of which was Voldemort and the other was the Taurus. Neither one of them I should have made a commitment to, but I was open to it because they clicked for me. Like I said before, we do not meet people that we really like that often. It's easy for an Aquarius to make a friend. We make friends wherever we go. It's easy for us to make a friend, meet somebody that we can, chew the fat with here and there. That's easy. But somebody that we want to make a commitment to, share our life with, that's not easy. And like I said, it happens very rarely. So when she said, do Aquarius become obsessed? The first thing that came to my mind was when we like somebody, we like somebody. When we're into somebody, we're into them. I mean, seriously, there is nobody else, in our mind. It might be other people that we're seeing, but if we're serious about this person, that's the one we want. And are we obsessive? Some of us can be. Some of us can be about that energy. And it's not because we are obsessive. Some people just are obsessive and that's just their nature. Let's just put that out there. Some people of all sun signs are obsessive about everything. That's just their makeup. But generally with Aquarius, we're not obsessive about people or things. But if we like somebody romantically, that is our person. We don't look, anybody else could be trying to get close to us, but it's that person. And they might not be the cutest person. They might not be the richest person. They might not be the best person, but that's our person. That's the person that we pick because of whatever connection. It's usually the connection. I'm going to tell you straight up, it's the connection. It doesn't have to be, like I said, the most handsome or the most beautiful person in the world. It's the connection that gets an Aquarius. And a connection is not something you can fake or force. And this is the problem I see with a lot of people who date Aquarius. They get into the Aquarius. They like the Aquarius. They like being with the Aquarius. But they don't realize that connection has to be genuine, it has to be authentic, and it has to be felt by both people. If the Aquarius doesn't feel like the connection is what we're looking for, and we're looking for sparks, honey. We are looking for woo woo bam. You know, we're looking for fireworks to go off. We're not looking for, okay, this is good enough. Some Aquarius will settle for good enough for a certain amount of time, but deep down in our soul, we're not going to want to commit because we're waiting for that person that moves us. We're waiting for that person that sets us on fire, okay? We are waiting for that person. So if your Aquarius will not commit to you, it's because they don't see you as being that person. And that's okay. Just because you aren't that Aquarius's person doesn't mean you aren't somebody else's person. You see? In that movie, I think it was called Hotel Transylvania. It's a kid's movie. It's really cute. They, the main character, who was a vampire, said there's a zing. You know, there's just electricity that hits, and Aquarius is looking for that electricity in most cases, especially those of us who are in the higher decans and those of us who have more of a romantic energy like me. You know, we're really looking for that spark. And most Aquarius I know that have that vibration going on, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for that connection, that spark, that zing, that click. And if you don't have it, I don't care how long we've been seeing you, how long we've been sleeping with you. If it's not there, the Aquarius is not going to commit. They're just going to keep seeing you and having a good time until that zing occurs. Now, in some cases, the zing will never occur, and eventually that Aquarius might settle for that relationship. Let's say I've been talking to somebody and seeing them off and on for 5 or 6 years, and the zing never really occurs with them or anybody else. Eventually, I might decide to just go ahead and settle down with that person. But it's not my first choice. And for me, as the other person, that's not really a relationship I would want. I wouldn't want to get with an Aquarius who got with me just because they didn't find a zing and I was good enough. To me, that's not enough. So a lot of people tell me that that is a situation that they run across. So it's like I said before, the Aquarius becomes very fixated on any person who is that zing. If we have that zing going with somebody, we become very interested in that person, and that's the only person that we want. The problem is that both people have to feel the zing. So if I'm feeling the zing and the other person isn't, then we have conflict. And for an Aquarius, that is a major conflict. And that was basically what happened with me. I fell in love with Voldemort. And to be honest with you, sometimes I think back on it and I can't even figure out why. I often think like, why? Like, what the hell was it? It was just the zing. I felt it. Now, whether or not he felt it, I doubt it, because remember, Voldemort is a narcissist. And people who have narcissistic issues or any kind of like severe emotional mental health issues, they really aren't capable of having healthy emotions like other people. It takes them therapy and time to really work through that. So more than likely not. But the bottom line was that the zing was there for me. So that was a person that I really wanted to be with. I really wanted a happy ending with Voldemort. Really wanted that. And it didn't happen. And now where I'm at, you know, all these years later, I'm glad it didn't happen. Because now I can see what my life would have been like if it did. What if he did feel the zing? Then I would have been with him because I felt it, and my quality of life wouldn't be where it is now. I wouldn't be as happy as I am now. I would have had to deal with his bullshit. I would have had to deal with his constant other women, infidelity, narcissist issues, emotional abuse. I would have had to deal with all of this shit forever. So I was lucky that his behavior really discouraged me from being with him. And that's how I escaped. So as an Aquarius, we do become very fixated on the person that we truly want to be with, but that don't mean we'll stay with them. I don't care how fixated an Aquarius is with somebody. If they realize that person is not right for them, we will fight to get away from them. Unless, of course, we're in a situation where we're codependent on this person. Totally different energy. Because then you're kind of stuck with them because you feel like you need them, when in reality, you really don't. I never felt like I needed Voldemort. When I met Voldemort, I already had. I had my own home. You know, I was trying to get my money right. You know, I already had. So it wasn't like I needed him for anything. I just wanted him because of the fact that I felt the zing, you see. So it's very Aquarius for that to happen to a person, you know. And if you're seeing an Aquarius and they're on either side of the spectrum, that's why. If your Aquarius is being aloof and not really committing to the relationship, it's simply because they don't feel the zing, period. Because if they felt the zing, no matter what else was going on, they would go for it, you see. If they are feeling the zing and are afraid of the zing, then they may act shady too. See, that's why you have to really get into an Aquarius' psychology, because you have to see if they're feeling it and are afraid of it, if they're not feeling it at all and they're just there to have a good time. You have to get to the bottom of what's going on. And this is how a lot of people get hurt by an Aquarius, because they figure if they're engaging with them, if we're having a good time, then this is going somewhere. And that's not always the case. So we do have a hard time finding somebody we really like. And when we find somebody, that is our person. That is our person. There's nobody more beautiful in the world than that person. I don't care who the person is. I don't care what they have going on. When we find that person, that is our person. Everybody used to look at me and be like, why do you even like him? Like my friends that worked at our job that knew him were like, he's awful. Why do you even like him? Nobody could understand it at all. I can't even understand it, but I felt it. So as an Aquarius, that's what we're going to go with. So if your Aquarius is acting like that, you have to really think about that. Because like I said before, a lot of times they may settle, but do you really want somebody who'll settle for you? Or do you want somebody who's excited about being with you? If your Aquarius is only settling for you, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Find someone who's excited about seeing you. Somebody who's excited about spending time with you. Somebody who can't wait to see you after work. Not somebody who ghosts you periodically and comes back when they need you, or when they're bored, or when they're horny, or when they're lonely. Because this is what happens when an Aquarius is settling for you. They come when they need something or want something. And that's not what you want. You want a person who's coming because they're crazy about you. And I recommend that you hold out until you find someone, because you're better off by yourself than being with somebody who just settled for you. That's a horrible vibration. I would never want to be with somebody who just settled for me. I want to be cherished. I want to be celebrated. And you should be too. All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So if you like this video, please pass it on to somebody else who needs to hear this information. If you would like to get a reading done, please email me and I'll give you an appointment. And if you want to hit me up on social media, underneath this video and almost every video I do, I put all of my information so you can get in contact with me. Okay? All right, guys. See you later. Oh, and come back soon, because I got a lot more to say.